Hello there, and welcome to the first ever episode of MurphChat. I am the Pirate King, Blondie Murphy. Over there is my brother, the Murpher, Surfer Murphy, and even further over there is the Worker Murphy, our other brother. We also have another brother, you'll be seeing him later, and our cousin as well. MurphChat is just going to be a show where the Murphy brothers and cousin Furphy will just have a chat and sort of talk about what we're doing, our lives, and all the sort of things that have led to where we are today, uh, things that are happening with Murphy's show, and yeah, on with the show. So the first topic of discussion is going to be about Murphy's music reviews. We're going to talk about whether or not we should cover certain artists. These are artists that are controversial for all the wrong reasons. So somebody like Michael Jackson, who, although not ever convicted, certainly was accused of doing some very nasty things. And these are things that we don't really approve of, or we don't approve of at all if it's true. And so, yeah, it's something we don't want to really give any credit to, and we don't want to sort of send more money in the direction of those people that have been responsible for horrible things. Another example would be what Marilyn Manson is being accused of at the moment. So you probably won't be seeing any reviews of his music, although we do like his music. We don't want to review it just because it's controversial at the moment. And if it is true that he's done all these horrible things that he's been accused of, perhaps not as bad as what Michael Jackson was accused of, but certainly terrible in their own way, then yeah, we don't want to be associated with that. We did kind of go there a little bit with Francis Rossi last week. Arr. Sorry, did you want to say something? Yes, I've got some information about that. Well, I've got actually a few clips to play. So here's a few clips of what we're talking about with Francis Rossi being controversial.
I happen to like to say that I don't like things or that somebody's not going there. You'll get a blood cancelled. So, well, yeah, if you're born a bloke, you got a ding. I don't understand where I saw something the other day that in schools that they're now, this particular school is allowing the girls to wear eyelashes because it helps with their mental stuff. Pardon me? Or there was another one that in certain universities, they don't want to go back and do their exams in face to face with people because it's far too stressful. Oh, you poor loves. It must be so terrible having to get up in the morning. Fuck it.
If anyone was saying anything like that on my ship, they'd be walking the plank for shore. That might be a little harsh, but yes, certainly a very insensitive man and very cold, as you saw even in the clip that we showed during the actual Quo episode last week, when he was asked about Rick Parfitt's death, and he just, yeah, he certainly seems like a very cold man, and maybe it's all just an act, who knows? But he's certainly saying a few things that we, the Murphy brothers, do not agree with. So yes, even though we have reviewed his music, and it was a positive review because he does make great music, we cannot stand by the things he is saying without calling them out because this is bullshit, and he should really learn to be more sensitive and caring, and the world would be a better place. The world needs to be, your humans need to be more like gorillas. We are very accepting when it comes to all sorts of things like that. And if someone has mental health issues, then it should really be dealt with in a healthy way. He shouldn't just be sort of calling out young girls who want to wear false eyelashes and that sort of thing. He just seems to be very cold-hearted, and I don't think that he's a very nice person. But he is a great musician, and no one can take that away from him. And that's kind of what I was getting at with Michael Jackson and Marilyn Manson. We can't really take away from them that they were, or are in the case of Marilyn Manson, incredibly talented artists, but at the same time, they just may not be very good people. And, there's always going to be controversy with these sorts of things. John Lennon was certainly not afraid to beat up his first wife. He got into a punch-up also at a wedding. I believe it was a wedding anyway. It was some kind of a party when someone suggested that he might have been gay. There are rumors still to this day that he may have been bisexual. He never came out, so we can never really say for sure. But he did definitely beat the living shit out of someone just for insinuating that he might be that way inclined. And so, yeah, it's kind of controversial, but at least in his case, he did seem to sort of walk that back later in life and was apologetic. And so I think if people like Francis Rossi and Marilyn Manson are able to sort of, redeem themselves in some way, then, that's great. That would be a good thing. But we can't really support them as people even if we like their music, just because, yeah, I think I've said my piece there. Arr. You say arr a lot. Arr, it's a pirate thing, you see. Arr. You see, when when you want to talk on a pirate ship, pirates never like being cut off in conversation. Most people don't like that. So on a pirate ship, you say arr when you want to speak, and then you say arr when you're finished. It's a bit like being on a radio when you say over, but we say arr. Arr. Oh, you've stopped me. Yeah. That one was to say I'd stop talking. Okay, well, let's cross over to Murphy and Furphy, Sussex Murphy and Cousin Furphy, for their weekly little update thing. Is this thing on? Oh, yes. Hello, this is Sussex Murphy here. Behind me here we've got Cousin Furphy, and we just wanted to contribute our own little thing to the show. So, yes, I'm going to turn you over to Cousin Furphy for one of his famous Furphy stories. Yes, hello there, I am Cousin Furphy. Well, just Furphy really, but everybody involved in this show is a Murphy brother, so they all call me Cousin Furphy. I'm going to tell you one of my famous Furphy stories, all of which are, I assure you, 100% absolutely true. Don't believe what everyone else tells you. All of my stories are 100% factual. So, in the 1930s and 40s, I was living in Berlin, and I had a job working in a cabaret. And one day the Fuhrer came in, and so I quickly ran up his trouser leg and gave him a good 1-2 in the plums. And yes, he did have 2. And so he then fell, hitting his stupid moustache on the bar, knocking over a beer, and then he fell around shouting in Austrian, probably swearing in Austrian, but I don't speak Austrian, so I don't know what he was actually saying. But he was rolling about on the floor, getting more and more soaked in beer. And yes, it was very, very funny. I wish I could have taken the camera there, but unfortunately that's just not how it works. So anyway, that was my Furphy story for the week, and now I believe we're going to cross back to my cousins, his brothers, in the main studio. I've been Cousin Furphy, he's been Sussex Murphy. Thank you for watching. Wow, that was a fascinating story. You've not spent as much time with Cousin Furphy as I have. Just so everybody at home knows, Cousin Furphy was born in the late 80s. Adolf Hitler died in the 1940s. So it's possible that what he's saying isn't true, is what I'm saying. But yeah, Furphy has a heart of gold, but you can't believe everything he says. Well, if it's true, then certainly it is a very interesting story. Also, I should probably tell those two that they don't need to look so close into the camera to talk. The microphone will pick them up from further away. But yeah, that was their first go at this, so be kind to them commenters. Something we've got to mention is the paintings behind us. They were done by Worker over here, who hasn't really said anything. Worker, do you have anything to say? No, he's a happy little gorilla, but he just likes to paint and doesn't really have much to say. But he's happy to see you all through well, I think he thinks he can see you through the lens. It doesn't really work like that, but yeah, that's his contribution for the show today. It's 2 little paintings there. So, Blondie, tell me how you became the Pirate King. You see, it's a very interesting story. The famous pirates of Penzance had come back to Penzance, and they'd had a pet parrot, and unfortunately that parrot had died, and so the crew wanted a new pet. So they sent someone out to find either another parrot or maybe a monkey, and they ended up finding me. I was only a little baby gorilla then, and so they didn't realize that I would grow to be the hulking gorilla that I am now. So they took me on board, and as I got bigger and bigger, they just sort of allowed me to become part of the crew. They knew that I could do all of the things that they did, and I became quite the excellent swordsman, if I do say so myself. And yeah, I just sort of worked my way up the ranks, and I became very close to the then Pirate King, and eventually I got to wear the purple pants myself. And just so you know, any pirate who claims to be the Pirate King who isn't wearing purple pants, they're not the real king. You must wear the purple pants. It is pirate law. Wow, you've had a very interesting life. We've all had quite interesting lives, and maybe we'll get to them all in future episodes. If you enjoyed this one, maybe we'll keep doing more. Otherwise, you'll still see us all in the Murpha's Music Reviews episodes. Speaking of which, the next one is going to feature the Jimi Hendrix Experience with their album Are You Experienced? Arr, I chose that one. Arr. Yes, and so tune in next Monday for that one. You can also rewatch the old ones. And yes, if you like this, leave a comment below. And maybe we'll do another video at some point. I have been the Murpher. That's the works. That is Blondie Murphy, aka the Pirate King. You also saw Sussex Murphy and Cousin Furphy. And thank you for watching. And I'm going to say good night, but it may not be night when they're watching this. Just because it's after midnight where we're filming it. Yes, so good whenever it is you're watching this.